relax and let tonight's peaceful tale carry you to sleep. The Radiance of Crocus and Azalea. This story is about a kind human named Crocus who uses his gift to help an ant named Azalea, leading to a radiant friendship. In a quiet village, at the edge of a dense forest, there lived a kind-hearted human named Crocus. Crocus had a special gift. Wherever he walked, flowers bloomed with radiant colors, reflecting the warmth of his soul. Every morning, he would wander through the village, leaving a trail of vibrant blossoms in his wake. One day, while exploring the outskirts of the forest, Crocus stumbled upon a small, shimmering light under a massive oak tree. Curious, he knelt down and discovered an ant struggling to lift a tiny grain of sugar. "Hello, little one," Crocus said gently. "Do you need help?" The ant looked up, her eyes meeting Crocus with a sparkle of hope. "Yes, please. My name is Azalea, and this grain is from my queen. It's too heavy for me to carry alone." Crocus smiled warmly and carefully picked up the grain, placing it beside Azalea. Together, they ventured into the deeper parts of the forest, where Azalea's colony resided. As they traveled, Azalea shared stories of her life, and Crocus listened intently, appreciating the wonders of the ant world. The deeper they went, the darker the forest became, and with each step Crocus took, the path brightened with the glow of blooming flowers. By the time they reached the ant colony, a beautiful, luminous garden surrounded them. The other ants emerged, marveling at the radiant path that led Crocus and Azalea to them. Tears of joy filled Azalea's eyes as she presented the grain of sugar to her queen, who graciously accepted the gift. The queen, recognizing the extraordinary light that surrounded Crocus, thanked him and declared the day a festive celebration in his honor. As the sun set and the stars began to twinkle, the village and the forest danced in unison, celebrating the newfound friendship between Crocus and Azalea. From that day onward, Crocus visited the ant colony regularly, and together they created trails of light and beauty, inspiring all who witnessed their bond. Their friendship became a legend, a story of radiance that spread far and wide, touching the hearts of many. And every night, as Crocus lay in bed, he thought of Azalea, and the brilliant flowers that bloomed from their special bond, drifting off to sleep with a contented smile. Let's journey on with another heartwarming story. Lobelia and Buttercup, a tale of generosity. This story is about the kind woman named Lobelia and a skunk named Buttercup, who demonstrate the power of generosity by coming together to help a struggling villager. Once upon a time, in a cozy little village cradled by lush green hills and whispering pines, there lived a kind-hearted woman named Lobelia. Lobelia had a garden, which was the envy of the entire village. Full of colorful flowers, robust vegetables, and fruit trees heavy with their scrumptious bounty, her garden was a paradise. Every morning, Lobelia would sing to her plants as she watered them, and they seemed to bloom even more brightly because of her gentle care. One sunny afternoon, while Lobelia was picking tomatoes, she heard a soft rustling sound. Turning round, she found a small spot, its fur shimmering like liquid onyx, hiding behind a pumpkin vine. The skunk looked up at her with wide, frightened eyes. "Oh dear, you look scared and hungry," Lobelia said sweetly, kneeling down and reaching out a hand. The skunk hesitated, but was too weak to resist. Lobelia gently picked him up, cradling him in her arms. "I'll call you Buttercup," as she whispered tenderly. Buttercup's belly was thin, and his eyes were dull with hunger. Lobelia took him into her warm kitchen, and made him a feast of vegetables and fruits from her garden. Over the following weeks, Buttercup grew strong and healthy, thanks to Lobelia's kindness. In return, Buttercup began to help Lobelia in her garden. He would He carefully nudged pebbles and twigs out of the way while she tilled the soil, and once he even scared away a group of rabbits that threatened to eat the lettuce. One chilly autumn evening, word spread through the village that old Mr. Jensen's harvest had failed. He was too weak and ill to tend his crops. Knowing that he would not survive the winter without help, Lobelia decided to act. "Buttercup, we must help Mr. Jensen," she said, looking into her furry friend's eyes. Buttercup nodded as if he understood every word. He worked tirelessly throughout the night, gathering baskets of food from Lobelia's garden and knocking on every door in the village, asking for donations. By sunrise, they had a wagon full of provisions ready to take to Mr. Jensen. When they arrived at Mr. Jensen's house, his eyes filled with tears of gratitude. "You have saved me," he whispered, his voice choked with emotion. "It is the least we could do," Lobelia replied humbly. Buttercup stood proudly by her side, his heart swelling with the love and generosity that flowed through their little village. From that day on, the village not only cherished Lobelia's beautiful garden, but also celebrated the generosity that she and Buttercup had shown. In the hearts of the villagers, the bond between Lobelia and Buttercup became a symbol of the kindness and compassion that could bloom in even the tiniest of places, just like the flowers in Lobelia's garden. Let's journey on with another heartwarming story. Sweet Pea and the Loving Guardian Angel. This story is about Sweet Pea and his guardian angel Tulip, who teaches him that growth comes from facing challenges with love and kindness. Once upon a time, in a quaint village surrounded by lush green meadows and blooming flowers, there lived a kind and gentle soul named Sweet Pea. He was known for his warm heart and ability to make the saddest faces smile. A Sweet Pea had a secret friend whom only he could see, a loving guardian angel named Tulip. She was as delicate as her namesake, with wings that shimmered like the morning dew. Every night, Tulip would visit Sweet Pea, her presence bringing comfort and peace. One evening, Sweet Pea felt particularly troubled as he faced the challenges of growing up and finding his place in the world. Tulip sensed his distress and gently wrapped her wings around him. "Do not be afraid, Sweet Pea," she whispered kindly. "Every challenge you face is a step towards becoming who you are meant to be. And remember, growth often feels like being uprooted, but it leads to you blooming in ways you never imagined." Encouraged by her words, Sweet Pea decided to face his fears and embrace the changes in his life. He began to help more around the village, lending a hand to those in need. With each act of kindness, he felt a little stronger, a little more confident. The villagers started to notice the change in Sweet Pea. They saw him not as the gentle boy who always smiled, but as a growing young man who brought light and hope to their lips. Tulip watched proudly from the skies, her heart filled with joy as Sweet Pea blossomed into the person he was destined to become. As the days turned into months and months into years, Sweet Pea's courage and kindness inspired everyone around him. The village flourished under the positive ripple effects of his actions. And every night, Tulip continued to visit, always ready with a gentle word of encouragement and love. Sweet Pea never forgot the lessons Tulip had taught him. He knew that it was through love, patience, and perseverance that he grew. And as he flourished, he made sure to nurture others, just as Tulip had nurtured him. In this quaint village, surrounded by lush green meadows and blooming flowers, Sweet Pea and Tulip created a legacy of growth through love and kindness. Let's explore the next chapter of tonight's tales. Gloxinia and William, the Echoes of the Riverside. This story is about Gloxinia, a kind-hearted girl, and William, a compassionate troll who embark on a journey to restore the weakening river spirit and ultimately succeed in revitalizing the river through a selfless act of kindness. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between towering mountains and gentle flowing rivers, lived a young girl named Luxinia. She was known for her luminous golden hair and bright blue eyes that sparkled like the river under the noonday sun. One evening, as the sun began to set, and the sky painted itself in hues of orange and pink, Luxinia decided to take a walk along the riverbank. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming jasmine, and the gentle rustle of leaves carried melodies to the ears. As she strolled, she noticed the shimmering reflection of the sunset on the water, and felt an inexplicable calm washing over her. Without warning, a sound of soft weeping reached her ears. Curiosity piqued, Luxinia followed the sound, which led her to a small clearing by the river. There, sitting on a smooth rock, was a kind-hearted troll named William. He had enchanting green eyes and a large, gentle frame that belied his true nature. Despite his rugged exterior, William was known in the forest for his immense kindness and his uncanny ability to bring life to the land. "Why are you crying?" Luxinia asked softly. William looked up, surprised to see a human so close and unafraid. He remained silent for a moment, before finally speaking. "There is some crying because the river spirit has grown weak. Without her strength, the river will dry up, and all the life it supports will wither." Feeling a surge of determination, Luxinia placed a comforting hand on William's arm. "Let's find a way to help her," Icy said kindly. Together, they journeyed deep into the mystical forest where the river source was said to lie. The path was fraught with challenges. They had to cross unstable bridges made of ancient wood and navigate dense thickets that seemed almost alive. Yet, neither Luxinia nor William wavered. Their resolve was as strong as the currents of the river, they sought to say. After what seemed like days, they reached a serene glade where the air was thick with magic. At the center lay a crystal clear pool from which the river flowed. In its heart rested the river spirit, a delicate figure of ethereal light, barely shimmering. William knelt by the pool, his voice full of reverence. "Great Spirit, how can we restore your strength?" The spirit's voice, though faint, was as pure as the river's water. "A sacrifice of true kindness and pure intent is needed to rekindle my power. Won't you?" she whispered. Luxinia and William exchanged a look, understanding dawning on them. Without hesitation, Luxinia took out a small Lahakran heirloom from her late mother that she cherished deeply. "I give this to you as a symbol of love and kindness, Lights," she said, her voice steady yet filled with emotion. As soon as the locket touched the water, the pool began to glow, spreading warmth and light throughout the glade. The river spirit rose from the water, her strength restored. "In faith," she said, her voice now strong, "the river will flow once more." William and Luxinia returned to their village as heroes, their bond strengthened by their shared journey. The river, now vibrant and full of life, continued to be the lifeblood of the land, a testament to the power of kindness and selflessness. From that day on, every sunset by the river's edge saw Luxinia and William sharing stories and laughter, their friendship as enduring as the ever-flowing river. Rest well, and may your heart feel light.